Paul Mariner, the derby, Atletico Madrid up against Real Madrid.
Really looking forward to this game. Morata hopefully will start to come good. He's supposedly in his surroundings that he wants to be and really get the start. Let's hope he does. Real Madrid sort of righted the ship a little bit, but I'm going to go for a win for Atletico Madrid.
Ooh, Atletico Madrid
still
unbeaten at home, in La Liga, so that's pretty good there. Real Madrid, really hectic week for them, especially because they've got Champions League coming up as well, but they still are Real Madrid, and you know what? Going for the draw. Going for the draw, Paul Mariner. Going for the draw. Valencia up against Real Sociedad.
Well, tight game this, close in position in the league. I just feel that Valencia at home, I think they've got enough. I'm going with Valencia for the W.
Yep, going for Valencia with the W as well. Maras. Sevilla up against Eibar.
This is a game, I just can't see this going any other way than a home win. It's just, I think Eibar are going to be up against it. Sevilla, they've got the quality. There's no two ways. I'm going with it.
Well, Sevilla would be the favourites, but they've lost 3 in their last 4.
That's all right.
Eibar only lost 1 in their last 6, Maras. So you know what? I'm sitting on the fence with this one. I'm going to go for a draw.
A build-up like
Sevilla,
that.
not exactly that convincing yet. And Eibar, you know, we like a good scrap.
All right.
Atletico Bilbao, can you make a case for them against the league leaders, Barcelona?
Well, it's not going to be easy. It never is easy going to that stadium.
But will Barcelona have Messi or not?
No. I'll stick my neck at 100% no. I think they've got bigger fish to fry.
Oh, yes.
Second leg of the Copa del Rey, then the Champions League's coming up. I still think they've got enough. People have stepped up. They stepped up during the week. I'm going to go, obviously, but I think they'll pull it off.
I think they'll pull it off, with or without Messi. Indeed. Thanks so much to Paul Mariner. Continue tracking all the action from La Liga.
A lot of draws.
I've got 2 draws right here on ESPN FC. Paul Mariner is back, and thank goodness for it, because I need someone to explain how dreadful our predictions have been of late, Maris. But we've seen some interesting results this time in the Premier League. Let's see exactly what will happen this weekend. Fulham, Man United.
Yeah, Fulham upgraded up front, but still leaked goals for fun. Manchester United flying up front. I thought they came out the blocks incredibly well last week. United, absolutely no contest whatsoever.
Well, you know I'm going to agree with you on this one as well,
yes.
Paul Mariner. Crystal Palace, West Ham. This could be an interesting one.
Yeah, West Ham have got to get people fit. I mean, they play against Liverpool with half a team, right, to be fair. Roy's got them going at Selhurst Park. I'm going to go with the draw.
Oh, good call. I mean, half a team, but still did pretty well, given the opposition. So you know what? I think I'm going to go and give Crystal Palace the edge. I really wanted to go for the draw too as well, Paul Mariner, but let's move on. Huddersfield, the mighty Arsenal.
There's no contest. Arsenal have got to bounce back. They need a performance. I didn't think much of their performance against City. No contest. Arsenal trot up there and take all the points.
Granted, it was Manchester City, Paul Mariner.
But it's the way that they played.
The way that they played, indeed. I agree. Yeah. We're going to expect a bounce back. Liverpool, suppose we can expect a bounce back there from then up against Bournemouth.
This is the most perfect game for Liverpool. Why? Because Bournemouth can't win away from home. A couple of wins all season. Liverpool, a couple of draws. Need to power it in against Bournemouth and Anfield. Absolutely no contest.
I'm going to go with Liverpool as well. Southampton, Cardiff City.
Well, talk about a difficult game to predict. They seem to be okay at home, Southampton. Cardiff City, they've got that fight in them coming from the manager, Warnock. I'm going to say draw.
You're going to say draw?
I can't separate them. I just can't.
Fair enough. I'm going to say draw as well. Moving on now, Watford up against Everton. I'm going to go with Watford for this one, Maras.
You know what? I think the Everton players owe the manager a performance. Back at his old club, draw.
Draw, okay, so not too much.
That's saying a lot for Everton.
That is saying a lot. Brighton at home against Burnley.
I'm not even interested in this game. I've got nothing. What's going to go on? Brighton played in the midweek in the cup, won, great. Burnley, I keep thinking that he's going to get him going. He's not. I'm going to say a home win, because with very little confidence, by the way.
All right, Spurs Leicester.
This is a difficult game. Obviously, Tottenham trying to get players fit. Harry's still out. Dele Alli's still out. Son seems to be the real guy. Leicester, I think, may spoil the little party a little bit, so I'm going to go draw.
Oh, Ooh, I was going to go for a draw as well, Paul Mariner, so I think I'm going to just agree with you on that one too. Man City, Chelsea.
Well, this is a massive month for Sarri. It really is. They've got some huge games in all cup competitions. I'm still moaning about him playing players out of position. I think the system's been tumbled. Jorginho seems to be unable to function against a decent side. Man City are a very decent side. I see nothing other than a City win. I think they've got way too much going forward for them.
Man City finally doing well to catch up to Liverpool. I definitely don't think that they're going to want to slip up anymore after that.
Yep.
I'm going to go with them. Wolves, Newcastle.
Yeah, look, I love my son Rafa. I think what he's doing at St James's is ridiculously good. He sets his team up fantastically well to defend. But this Wolves side can break teams down. They have got players with individual ability to break teams down. I'm going to go for a Wolves win.
I'm going to go for a Wolves win as well. All right, there you go. Thanks so much to Paul Mariner. Make sure to track everything from the Premier League, you know where, here at ESPN FC. Paul Mariner is joining me as we decide to take a nice little trip to Italia, Matters, as we try our hand in predicting this weekend's fixtures in the Serie A. Let's start off with Fiorentina up against Napoli.
Well, thanks for an easy one to start us off with. Fiorentina, decent side, got some very exciting players. Napoli really pushing as much as they can at the top there against Juve. They need a win. They need to keep it going. I think they will. I think Napoli have got enough of the tank. No, not to draw.
Oh, you cheeky man, you. Well, Fiorentina, plain and simple, good at home. Napoli, away from home, not as good. So for that, I'm going for the draw as well.
Yeah.
See there? You're not the only one that can choose it. All right, let's talk about Parma, because what a result up against Juventus last time around. A 3-3 draw.
Amazing.
None of us would have predicted it. That definitely hates them.
They
It
didn't
helps
predict
them
it
in their battle. They're up against Inter Milan, not quite the giants that Juventus are in the Serie A this season, but can they still pull off something magical?
They can, but are they going to do? No, they're not. No, I think Inter, they want to stay in touch with that Champions League spot. They've got to get the 3 points. I'm going with Inter. I can't see him pulling it off again.
I know, they say lightning doesn't strike in the same place twice, but you know what? Inter, gosh, what a bit of a slump they're in, especially when they rely on Mauro Icardi too much, and he's in a bit of a slump.
Not bad, though.
And I picked him to be my star this season, so you know what? Draw for me, Maros.
Right,
draw for me. You're welcome, Parma.
Not here, though.
Sassuolo, Juventus. What are you thinking, Mazza?
Look, it really doesn't matter which side he puts. Allegri, raging, so disappointed against the Parma result. Look, they're going to come back. They're going to bounce back. Absolutely no doubt whatsoever.
There you go. I'll choose them for you, and I'm going to choose Juventus for me as well. AC Milan up against Cagliari.
Well, they've made an incredible signing, AC Milan in Piatek. I mean, why didn't anybody else? Why didn't Tottenham sign this guy? I mean, he can't stop scoring goals. He's looked fantastic since arriving. At home, I think he'll lift them again. I'm going with AC Milan.
Oh, they don't want to go with you, though.
Yeah, they do.
But let's see if they want to go with me, because I'm choosing them as well, Maras. There we go. All right, so we've got just one separating us.
Sitting on the fence again.
Put our regular lobster dinner on the line.
On the fence again?
You're a fence sitter as well. Thanks so much to Paul Mariner for everything Serie A. I mean, come on. Keep it right here. Now, what would your week be without a little bit of transferator? Paul Mariner happens to love this very much. Mazza, so let's get stuck in. Federico Chiesa, Fiorentina to Manchester United. Winger, would that be a good fit?
I like this today. I like all of
You're
this.
feeling very positive about them.
This kid is going to be a top player.
Ooh!
Look,
you only read about him today, though, right?
But I saw him play. I saw him play last week.
And you were thoroughly impressed.
Well, here's the thing. You got United after him. Real Madrid are after him.
Bayern
are after him. I mean, you name it, they're in for him. Everybody that you talk to says he's going to be a top player. I like to see him on the right-hand side. So when you think about United, why do they need him on the right-hand side? I mean, it's possible. But will he go to United or will he go to Real Madrid? Not quite sure. But this guy is going to be a hit. If he goes to United, he'll still be a hit. Boom. And I said still.
Still. All right. James Maddison now to Spurs from Leicester.
I love this lad. I've been wanting him in the England squad for quite some time. I think he does stuff in that number 10 role. Can he replace Christian Eriksen, which is what they're talking about? No, he can't, because not many people can. But this lad, I like everything about him. He's got a little bit of pace. He sees it nice and early. He puts his work in. Would Tottenham do well with him? Spot on. Be a great move for him and be a great move for the kid.
Well, his move might hang on this little piece of matter right here. Mauricio Pochettino, we've heard the rumors to Manchester United, but now it seems that Real Madrid could swoop in for the Argentine. Do you think that would be a good fit for him?
You know what I think this boils down to for me? Pochettino, with the stadium's not coming around again. It's going to be magnificent, don't get me wrong. But no money for players, injuries again, he's battling, he's up against it again and again and again. Will he win anything this season? Probably not at Tottenham, no. So this gets more and more attractive. For me and for him, I think he'd be a great fit. Wherever he goes, he's a fantastic manager, simple as that. Pastures new for Poch.
And you're thinking that's a hit. Well, what about this one now? Because time and time again, you hear me moan about how Manchester United need a centre-back, just like the days of old. Chris Smalling not cutting it. So Koulibaly, will he be a hit?
Is there only one that's not cutting it? What about Phil Jones? What about Eric Bailly? What about the rest of them?
Nobody's cutting it in defence right now for Manchester United, but centre-back is definitely a crucial
Manchester
role.
United need him. 100% they need him. Will they get him? Because this guy, there's not many around.
Class.
Everybody talks about it. Everybody wants to make a bid for him. Will Napoli crumble eventually? Of course they're going to do because of these massive clubs coming in. Koulibaly to Man United?
Hit.
He would be fantastic for Manchester United. Fantastic. And he would help them. But this guy may want to go to somewhere he can win immediately, and I'm not quite sure where he can win immediately. I'm talking about the big stuff. I'm not talking about getting in the Champions League. I'm talking about winning big stuff.
Hey, as an Arsenal man, getting in the Champions League is a trophy in and of itself.
I'll take you to the Arsenal then.
All right, fine. Yeah, right. So you're going for a hit.
I love the guy. He's fantastic.
Talking about top four isn't a trophy. Call your friend Wenger and see. We'll see. Well, what about this one? Because this kind of made both of us kind of go, what? Philippe Coutinho to Chelsea.
Every time I look at the Barcelona team, he's in it.
Yeah.
And doing well. Why would they want to get... I just don't understand why... A player of his ability, unless there's something going on and he really hates it at Barca, which I doubt, I just can't see this. I'm going to say this is a miss. I mean, they've got Pulisic coming in. I mean, how many players do they want at Chelsea? Hudson-Odoi, they don't need him.
All right. Thank you so much to Paul Mariner, who was feeling very positive about his picks today. We'll see exactly if he knows what he's talking about or not, because, he's getting up in age, or right here at ESPN FC.
It's going to be a disaster, let's say, because every year we really hope that it's going to get better, that suddenly they can at least reach the semi-final. But last year they didn't go to the last stage, to the quarterfinal. So it's everybody gets very tense, let's say, and it's like there is a beginning of a curse every time we reach February, where Neymar get injured, that other players get injured, that the results are not that we are expecting. And so what's going to happen to Paris Saint-Germain? And like a month ago, we would say, no, there would be no game, no tie against Manchester United. They're not good. Yeah. But now they win. They have the right spirit. Pogba is becoming who he used to be. So we have, again, lots of question marks and wondering if they will be able to do it. Even if we think that... overall, Paris Saint-Germain is better than Manchester United.
That's it, isn't it, Frank? I think you would agree, and the bookies certainly agree, in the fact that PSG, despite the fact there's no Neymar, despite the fact there's a massive question mark over Verratti, are still a very good side, and a side who, let's face it, have got enough quality, surely, to beat Manchester United.
Definitely. I mean, if you compare the players that you have in Man United, with all due respect, and even if they are mostly all internationals, and you compare with the Paris Saint-Germain squad, definitely everybody will agree that they have a better team. But the spirit, and we know the English spirit, even if you have lots of foreigners, can make the difference. And against Old Trafford and the history of the club that they're going to face, they can be in trouble. But definitely, even if Neymar doesn't play, maybe Draxler will play, maybe Paredes will play, they have the quality to beat Manchester United even away from home.
Meanwhile, Sid, Gareth Bale, we saw him come off the bench. What's going on? He got whistled at the weekend. It just feels like a really weird ending to this story.
Well, it does, except that I suppose it might not be the ending. I mean, bear in mind that Gareth Bale didn't play basically all the way through the spring last year, and then he comes on the Champions League final, scores 2 goals, one of them arguably the best goal a European Cup final has ever seen. And then suddenly everything looks good again. He's kind of reintegrated with Julian Lopetegui. Now it's not quite happening. Solari was playing him on the left-hand side, and I personally at least felt that might suit him a bit more, even though he doesn't think so. And it just does feel very, very flat at the moment. But it might well be that as the Champions League comes back, it only takes a couple of games for him to get kind of back into the routine. But it was very striking that he came on in the Clásico. And it wasn't necessarily that it did a load of things wrong. It was just that it was kind of flat. And the excitement that we'd seen every time Vinicius got the ball and ran at people, we just didn't see with Gareth.
Welcome into Extra Time. Sid Lowe is with us as well today. The first question is to him. How many podcasts does Sid regularly appear on? I've heard him in at least 3 different ones. Get yourself about a bit, Sid.
Yeah, I suppose the question is what you mean by regularly. Well, this one, of course, the Spanish Football Podcast and the Guardian Podcast, and then very occasionally on 1 or 2 others knocking around, in particular Second Captains in Ireland.
Oh.
But not very often.
Not what's special.
What was you on about?
What's the other? A podcast, Steve.
Yeah.
Called what? What was the Irish thing?
I don't know. Two
They
captains.
said, well, what's this?
Second Captains.
What is that all
What's
about?
that?
What is that?
Well, what is it?
It's a
the name of
it's a
it?
podcast about football.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the name of it, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure why you're using this platform to
So is
promote all the other
today's show
podcasts you
going to be
do.
dedicated? Well, that's exactly what I was just thinking. Today's show is going to be dedicating to me plugging the other podcasts. That's brilliant.
Call me
Make sure
unimaginative.
you listen to them. They're brilliant. All of them are great.
That's not what we've heard.
Ours is the best one, obviously.
Call me
Yeah.
unimaginative.
Right.
Obviously.
Not easy to
yeah.
say that.
Wow.
Unimaginative.
Well done.
Well, why would you not call it something that would make you think of football?
Well, maybe you listen
Captains of Pirates. I mean, what?
Captains of Pirates. How do we get there?
What did he say?
The 2 captains.
Steve, at this stage, Steve, I should point out that the only one of these podcasts in which I've had some input into what it's called is the Spanish Football Podcast, which is a podcast about Spanish football. So I think that's just about simple enough to
The 2
understand.
captains makes you think of sailing. It makes you think of football. Hey,
I think it was rugby.
hey, skipper. Here. Right.
What he said, Ireland.
All aboard! Let's move on.
Fire up the main sail.
How do you feel about the NBA trade deadline today?
Eh?
How do you feel about the NBA trade deadline today?
What's that got to do with it? Oh,
idea.
hey, it's obviously about football because the ball's round, isn't it?
What?
What's the same? What's the same as that stupid? It's the same as that stupid captain thing.
It's a big ball. That's all I know about it. They go up and down.
Ali, how are you feeling about it?
A little underwhelmed.
Yeah.
Something was supposed
Why?
to happen with Anthony Davis, but it didn't. So that means the Celtics now have a. Well, you guys should.
Who was that?
Oh, we know the
Celtics.
Celtics, yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
the Celtics
What's
now
that?
have an opportunity
Glasgow
to trade
Celtic, yeah.
for Anthony Davis in the offseason.
Who's your basketball team?
Well, it used to be the Bulls when Jordan was around, but now it's just.
That's 100 years ago.
Oh, so you just go with the best team?
Yeah, of course he does.
Are you a Man City fan now? Oh, I should say a Liverpool fan.
No, he's a Brentford fan.
Yeah, so he is.
Barnett, actually. More like Kidding Minster, really.
Yeah, right.
Kidding Minster.
Why are all the cams facing?
That's a good one.
Why are all the
Young side.
Why are all the cams facing problems? Coutinho, Isco, Ozil, and James.
This central attacking midfielders.
Yeah.
Oh,
Calm. See, is anyone going to ask a sensible, straightforward question?
Well, that is.
We've got the captains, we've got the basketball, and we've got cams.
Okay.
How are we supposed to know what that is?
Which one's having the worst?
Shall I give you an answer to that?
Go on.
Yeah, sure.
Seeing as no one
Go on.
seems to want to answer it. Yeah. Is this not partly because the cams, their position doesn't exist in most of the teams they play for?
Oh.
Their natural place where they want to be doesn't tend to exist. So they've got to be kind of crowbarred into other positions that maybe aren't really theirs.
There you are, Steve. Sensible answer.
Well, we can always rely on Sid.
Yeah, and you can get that information here, but you can also get it at the Captain's Sailor Boat
Oh, right.
podcast.
I better get there quick for one of these dots then, huh?
Sid, how do you like your paella? What do you like on it?
Paella, you mean, right?
Paella.
I'm a big fan of a proper Valencian paella, which has the beans in it as well. That's that little bit more deeper in flavour. It's got to be a bit smoky as well. It's got to taste a tiny bit smoky for me.
It's paella. Paella. What did you say?
Paella.
Paella. Paella.
No.
Paella. Is paella
No.
to Spain what mince and tatties is to Scotland?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, it is the.
So how would you have it,
Yeah,
Steve?
more or
How would
less.
you eat? How would you? What
Have
would
you never had it?
All at once.
Have you ever had it, Steve?
I can't remember.
I can tell you.
It's one of those things you have on the way home after a night out.
No, no, that's a kebab.
No, I don't have kebabs.
And I guarantee you put brown sauce on it.
No, I don't like brown sauce.
Okay, who would survive the longest if you're in the Walking Dead world? Do you know Walking Dead?
No.
Stupid. Absolutely stupid program.
So
I don't
would have
think-
made millions.
I don't think he'd make it.
Seriously.
Dan, what is it? Quick, real quick, what is it?
Zombies. Yeah.
Zombies.
Oh, we'll be good in that.
Zombie apocalypse, pretty much. So who would survive? I would vote Ali.
Not me.
Yeah.
Well, what do you, hold on a minute.
No idea what goes
do
on.
you do to survive?
Shoot them.
I have a lot of anger.
What if you've got no gun?
Well, then you're in trouble.
Oh, you're in trouble.
I'm out there.
You're out.
You're out. That's a certain time.
Ali's got a lot of rage.
He's got the ammo.
Ali's got a lot of rage.
Yeah. I think so. I think I could make
Who
it for a
came
while.
up with these
Ali's
questions?
got an ammunition
Rubbish.
depot in the back of his house.
He's got to walk up.
There's
An
a
ammunition
there's a
depot.
couple people that I would like to go after real quick.
He's got an arsenal.
That's good. Up the Arsenal.
There's a couple people that are already on the list.
That's good to know.
He's got an arsenal at the back door.
How come you British folks pronounce the last letter of the alphabet differently than we do here in America?
Whoa. Let's get this right.
Right.
British folks
Yes.
Correctly.
Yeah.
only covers English people, by the way.
Why?
Why is that then?
Why is that? Well, how do you say it?
Well, hold on a second, because you ask a Welshman, or a Scotsman,
Go on then.
or an Irishman,
We're asking the
the
Scotsman.
British, they'll say no.
Right, but you are British. Sorry. What is a ridiculous argument?
I'm not having it.
Hey, it's not
I'll tell you
often
what,
it's right, but
I'll
he's
tell
right.
you what.
How would you say it then?
So if you ask Pep Guardiola, what will he say? Pep Guardiola. What will he say?
Does
He'll
he
say
like
I'm a
paella?
Catalan, right?
Right.
He won't say Spanish. He'll say I'm a Catalan.
Right.
Right. There you go. Same thing.
Okay, can we go back to the question?
Right.
So how do you
Oh,
pronounce...
so you didn't see what happens when he doesn't like the answer.
Okay, but
He
how
wants
do
to move on to something
How
else.
do you
It's wrong,
pronounce
though,
the last
'cause you're British.
letter of the alphabet? How do you pronounce it?
He doesn't even know what the last
What do you mean?
How do you pronounce it?
What do you mean how do you pronounce it?
A, B, C, D, E,
Pardon?
F.
You say Z.
Yeah.
Do you?
You say Z.
You say
Why
Z.
is he?
You don't say Z.
Mate. Pardon it. That's...
So again, you're asking me a question and you don't like the answer.
So
So
I'm surprised because you're using your American tongue, not your British tongue.
because in the song, it's Z.
What song?
Oh, sorry.
It's not Z in the song.
It's Z in the song.
X, Y, Z.
Oh.
In the American song it is.
Correct. In the American song it is. That's why I said
But
Z.
you're not American.
I've been in America 20 years and I sat and watched the telly with my granddaughter and my grandson going through all the songs on the TV shows for the kids, and it's Z,
So
all right?
you say Z.
What?
Uh-oh.
How many times have I got to tell you?
Hey,
You say Z.
I've just said it.
Okay.
but you did you just hear yourself like, I've been in America for 20 years and I watch the telly. That's not American. with me granddaughter, me grandfather. That's not American.
I'm quite 100% integrated.
Okay.
What do you say?
Z.
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 Sid, what do you say?
I'd never realised that scene in Pulp Fiction was about Steve's ability to adapt to America. Sid's dead, baby. Sid's dead. It's Z all the way now in the Nickel household. But it's Z. Of course, it's Z. The answer is Z.
Moreno?
Oh, Z.
Z. Well,
You're Venezuelan. You're not even American.
I learned English in this country.
He's not even
Honestly,
American.
that's it.
He's been American 20 years.
See, he picks it up watching cartoons as well.
On the television.
On the television.
On the telly.
On the telly.
with mince and tatties.
With me
Do
granddaughter.
you say telly or do you say cable?
Eh?
Well, that's different. That's a completely different thing.
Like cable,
different.
right?
Pardon?
They call it cable, right?
Netflix, they call it.
Netflix.
How's your Netflix going?
Barely fixed me up. I've still not had a look at it.
Oh, dear me. Finally.
Oh, thank God for that.
How long did it take you to adapt to driving in the US on the other side of the car and road?
He's not fully integrated yet.
How's that integration go?
Stevie?
I've only ever once unconsciously gone the wrong side of the road. It's when I came home and I was at the Boston Bulldogs in old USL.
Right.
I think it'd been here about 9 months.
20 years.
We got back. We got back at like 3 in the morning. Pitch black.
Yeah.
Got off the bus, half asleep. Got in the car to go home. Out the gates where the bus was parked. And I was going down the road on the left-hand side for about, I don't know, maybe 100 yards. Then I realised what I was doing. But that's the only time I've ever done it by mistake.
Well done. Well done.
What about you, Maris?
Never. Straight into it. Same when I got back home. Just flip back into it.
Oh, is that? Oh, is that? Oh,
Hey, 100 mile an hour on the outside lane.
hey, that's it.